What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dummy Wormy. I'm coming at you with a new video, and today we're actually talking a little bit of Disney because I come over here to this from That Park Place. Disney legend John Musker lampoons Disney for going woke. They need to do a course correction. Now, this particular creator is a legend over at Disney. He's made tons of great works. He's made Hercules, Moana, for example, Princess and the Frog, and I cannot remember the fourth one off the top of my head. That Park Place does have it in the article, but he's made several great and fantastic stories that has touched many a generation. Primarily Gen Z is what we're focusing on here, but let's get into this real quick because we got some interesting places to take this. Disney legend John Musker, whose credits include The Little Mermaid, Hercules, Aladdin, The Princess and the Frog, and Moana, lampooned the Walt Disney Company for prioritizing wokeness over entertainment. In an interview with Spanish outlet El País, I hope I said that right, Musker commented on his work with Princess and the Frog. We weren't trying to be woke. Although I understand the criticism, the classic Disney films didn't start out trying to have a message. They wanted you to get involved in the characters and the story and the world. And I think that's still the heart of it. I agree. He added, you don't have to exclude agendas, but you have to first create characters who you sympathize with and who are compelling. You want to know why that's so important? Because that's a lot of what people have said right now. Now, wokeness is a disease and people don't actually know how to make proper characters in the first place. But you can create a woke movie. People might go and enjoy it. People might go and interact with it. But you still need to have good storytelling and compelling characters to go along with your woke movie. If you have none of that, you just have propaganda. Next, Musker declared, I think they need to do a course correction a bit in terms of putting the message secondary behind entertainment and compelling story and engaging characters. That's what we've been saying this whole time. Story and characters must come first over agenda, over politics. But okay, so as you can see, more people are coming out to the realization that Disney sucks. One of their longtime creators who has worked on many of some of their best movies, except Moana. I'm not a huge Moana fan. I know a lot of people love it, and not for me. He's even recognizing it. One of the greatest creators they've had is recognizing it. And that's not all who is recognizing it, because we come over here. Gen Z has no interest in Disney Plus, Star Wars, Marvel, according to Samba TV. This is very interesting. Now, when it comes to Samba TV, we must take note that Samba TV data can only coincide against other Samba TV data. They only take information from TVs or systems that have the Samba TV app installed in it. So it's kind of like Nielsen's, but a different version of it. They work more with tracking streaming data than anything else. The data they ended up getting here is honestly compelling and honestly quite interesting, especially coming from a guy like me who is technically Gen Z. I'm one of the oldest individuals in the Gen Z arena right now. But younger generations isn't tuning in, but they are watching lots of Netflix. And that's what the data ends up showing here. Because you scroll down here, Gen Z percent of streaming time spent on each service. 4% on Hulu, 5% on Disney Plus, 9% on Prime Video, 10% on Max, and 59% on Netflix. And that honestly does make sense, logically speaking. When it comes to HBO Max has, or Max, or whatever the heck it's called now, Max has a lot of shows that several of us did grow up with at a specific time in our life. Max has a lot of Cartoon Network shows, a lot of old DC shows that we used to watch as young kids. Netflix has a vast majority of anime and are constantly getting new anime, plus K-dramas, things like that Gen Zers are becoming more and more gravitating towards. Some of the shows that are hitting the zeitgeist the most honestly are coming from things like Netflix and Max at this point in time. Netflix had One Piece. One Piece hit the zeitgeist like freaking crazy. Max has House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon rocked the world on how well it did. When you take a look over at what is coming out from the other services, Prime Video, 9%, that does honestly make sense. A lot of people can't full on afford Prime Video, don't really like to support Amazon Prime, whatever it may be, Prime Video does have some good shows there, but it's hit or miss on some of them. Some of them have long since gone. It is what it is. Then you get Disney Plus and Hulu. I'm a little bit more shocked Hulu isn't higher up on the list and more people aren't watching Hulu, mainly because Hulu also has a similar system that Netflix does, but that's neither here nor there. Disney Plus really doesn't have anything. Gen Z stepped out. Gen Z even recognizes several of the issues going on Disney Plus right now. And honestly, and the more I think about this and the more I start looking at this, I think this makes even more sense. Netflix puts out decent originals here and there, and several originals honestly got some new content coming to it, new ad additions. Trying to think, because I do believe I actually got a new season of a show recently that I did watch at the beginning of Q1, but I can't think what it would have been off the top of my head. I know Sweet Home did get a new season, but I don't remember if that was last year or this year when Sweet Home got a new season. That's a K-drama right there. Max has a bunch of interesting things on there constantly. Old HBO shows. Go back and watch all that. Netflix has a bunch of really good stuff over and over again. Still, even with some of the garbage that it still has some honestly good things. What has Prime Video really put out in Q1? What has Disney Plus really put out in Q1? And what has Hulu put out in Q1? Not much of anything, to be perfectly honest with you. And it's just going to keep getting worse, especially with what is coming out from all these services right now. And especially when it comes to Disney Plus. Disney Plus is a dead streaming platform. I've gone over it a few times here on this platform, and here I'll go over it again. If we come over here to the Nielsen data, for example, a good example of this is Nielsen data. Just Nielsen top 10 streaming data is what I'm going to be using here. And we scroll down here to what they have right now. And this is from April 15th to the 21st, 2024. During this time, we have had a massive boom in a particular cartoon over on Disney Plus, X-Men 97. By all accounts, X-Men 97 has been a relatively success amongst fans. People have been preaching how wonderful it is. People have been preaching how glorious it is to sit down and watch this particular show. They really like it. They think that it honestly does present a meaningful connection to the original series. And when I come down here to the Nielsen data, you would believe that something like this honestly is getting high streaming numbers. This should be getting tracked right now via the Nielsen's. Adults seeing it right now that they grew up with their kid and they grew up watching it back in the 80s. They decided to sit down and actually watch this now with their kids. I would 100% believe that this should be getting tracked. It's targeting more the adult demographic, yes, but that said adult demographic should be having children sitting down with their kids, showing them a new version of what they at once grew up with along with their kids. And yes, scroll down here, you don't see it. It doesn't exist. It's not a part of this, and it's not showing up on the Nielsen data at all. The only thing from Disney Plus that does basically always show up on this is Bluey. Bluey is the only thing that constantly shows up over and over and over again here on the Nielsen data. And then we'll even hop it over to originals. In originals, there's not a single Disney Plus show showing up this particular week when it came to April 15th through the 21st. Nothing showed up here except Bluey. Actually, no, not even Bluey showed up because Bluey's not an original. Bluey came from Australia, so that's not even going to show up. But here, I'll show you something else. Okay, Samba TV. Samba TV data. Again, we have to compare Samba TV data to Samba TV data. I'm not comparing this to Nielsen data. I'm just showing you what's been going on right now. We have Doctor Who airing right now. Doctor Who should be big. A lot of the people right now are telling me Doctor Who's massive with Disney Plus. They've been pushing it on Disney Plus. It ain't streaming on Disney Plus. It ain't tracking on Disney Plus because this is the data from just last week. Disney Plus isn't on this top 10 streaming service. Doesn't exist, guys. It doesn't exist at all. And why is that? Because Disney Plus is a dead streaming service. Disney Plus doesn't track anything at this point. You put something on Disney Plus to go die in a ditch, basically. Gen Z ain't even coming out to go watch Disney Plus shows right now. And that's what everybody was banking on. Everybody thought Gen Z was going to be coming out here constantly supporting Disney, constantly siding with Disney. They were doing all this more progressive propaganda for the Gen Z audience, and they ain't even watching it. They're off doing something else. They're off watching TikTok for all. Actually, no, they're off watching Netflix, which I'm shocked by. But yeah, they're sitting down watching Netflix. They ain't watching this. They ain't watching Star Wars. They ain't watching Marvel at this moment. Heck, I want to pull us over to here. I know this is more Doctor Who based, but hey, new Doctor Who companion actress Millie Gibson says upcoming episodes will attract a lot of Gen Z, feature many controversial elements. The show's now a Disney Plus show. We've been tracking those viewing numbers over the past couple of days. They're down lower and lower. And after this new data that we just saw, they ain't even watching Disney Plus for this stuff. They're gone. They ain't coming back. And as it shows you, Disney Plus is a dead streaming service that even Gen Z doesn't want a part of. Even my generation doesn't want to touch with the 10-foot pole. And I honestly kind of find that hilarious. My generation is kind of screwed up all over the place, but even they know Disney Plus is a dead streaming service that doesn't offer them anything of value. Netflix and Max are the only two things that truly offer them value. And let's face it, even then, it's kind of finding like a muddy puddle in the middle of a desert sometimes. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me get you guys' thoughts on all that down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video go live, guys. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.